Hi, welcome to day one virtual basketball camp. Here I have a recent Urbana graduate, Hannah Orange. She'll be joining us to demo a lot of these drills here today. We're going to start with the shooting workout. I have found in my coaching and playing career that players love to shoot. There's one thing they want to do. They want to get in the gym. They want to pick up a ball and start shooting. You know, don't start with defense. Don't start with rebounding. Let me just shoot. You find people on the playground, they're just picking up a ball and shooting. So one of the things we do at practice is we try to start our practices with a lot of shooting every day. You know, maybe it's been a long day at school. Maybe it's been a long day, you know, at home, whatever it is. You get in the gym, you want something that makes you feel good. So we're going to start this week with our shooting drills. Again, Hannah here will be here to introduce us and help us with some of these drills for us. We're going to start with our warm-up shots. This is 50 makes within a 2 to 3 foot semicircle arc around the basket. Your idea here is to get yourself warm, work on your form. A lot of players come into the gym and want to go right to the three-point line, you know, right to half court, start chucking up some shots. You need to get yourself loose. You need to work on your form. These warm-up shots allow us to do that. Again, the idea here in your workout packet is to make 50 of these, and you work on your footwork and you work on your form and your release. The three keys that we're going to emphasize throughout all of our shooting drills are the legs power the shot. Make sure you have a strong base. You want to have a quick release. There's an old saying that's be quick but don't hurry. You want a quick release, but you don't want to rush your shot. And then 3 is consistency. We want to shoot the same shot every time. Your form shouldn't change. Your base is what changes. Hannah's going to start by making 15 warm-up shots for us. Watch her feet as she moves around the rim. Hannah's left-handed. She's going to be stepping into her shot right-left every time. Righties, you would step in left-right. But again, as Hannah's left-handed, she's going to go right foot first, then left foot first. Watch her feet as she steps in, and her form will remain consistent every time. All right, Hannah, here we go. Follows through, snaps her wrist. Next make. Good shooters don't worry about misses. They only worry about their next make. Next make. Shooter's confidence, they call it. Good job, Hannah. Good job. Next make. Snap the wrist. A quick step, double step in every time. A good high arc on the shot. Snapping it in. There's a tremendous amount of consistency here. Make or miss Hannah shots. She knows if she trusts her form, good things will happen. 2 more. Freeze. Pause right there. Again, you would go to 50. We just went to approximately 15 there. Count might have been a little bit off, okay? But that's the idea, is to get yourself nice and loose, work on your feet, and work on your form. Second drill in your shooting workout is what we call ladder shooting. Here, you go to 5 different spots on the floor. Baseline, wing, center, wing, and baseline. And you make 10 shots from 5 different steps in those 5 areas. That's why we call it a ladder, because you're taking steps up the ladder. In this drill, you have the opportunity to see how important your legs are. Not only are you getting shots from a lot of different places on the court, but you are increasing the depth or the distance of your shot each time, and that again forces you to focus on your legs. Great shooters are built from the ground up. Your footwork is key. The legs power the shot. The late, great Kobe Bryant was a master of his footwork. He would spend hours in the gym just working on his footwork. If you don't have a ball at home, you can work on a lot of this footwork on your own. Imaginary double step in. Imaginary double step in. A left-right if you're right-handed, or if you're left-handed, again, it's a right-left step in. We'll do some other footwork later that, again, you'll be able to do even if you don't have a ball or a hoop. We're going to start here in the middle. Your goal would be to make 10 from each spot. Hannah's just going to shoot 5 just so you get the idea of what's going on. So her first spot is very close to the rim. Again, she'll double step in every time. Her form will stay the same. As she moves back, all that will change is her legs. Her form will stay the same. take note of how consistent her arms stay, but the amount of legs she uses changes as she steps back. So again, we'll shoot 5 from each spot, Hannah. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now you take a big step back and you go again. 1, 2. Good job, Hannah. 3, 4. Great follow through. Great shooters have a soft touch. Big step back. Good. 1. They really have a soft touch around the rim, and you get that by your follow through. Watch as she snaps her wrist. Right there, that bounce off the rim is exactly called a shooter's touch. Well done, Hannah. 4, 5. Next one. Good shooters begin to coach themselves. They notice shots are coming up short. They understand it's more legs. You don't change your arms, you change your base. Good, Hannah. Keep shooting, trust those legs. Power your shot. 4, last one. Good job, Hannah. Good miss. Good miss. Again, shooter's confidence. She shoots the same shot every time. Next mate. Good job, Hannah. 4, last shot. Good. We're now moving to the second spot of our ladder shooting. We've moved to the right baseline. Again, 5 different spots. Hannah is just gonna shoot 5 from each spot just to show you how it goes. You should make 10 on your own. Ready, Hannah? 1. Notice how the ball does not dip. It touches Hannah's hands and it goes right up. You want to avoid a dip in your arm. You want to catch it and go right up with it. Well done, Hannah. 4, 5, step back. She's now on her 3rd spot. Next make, Hannah. Good shot, good soft touch. 5, next spot. Last spot. 2. 3. 4. Last one. Good job. Way to end on a mate. You'll notice good shooters miss short or long. They don't miss side to side. That means their form is consistent, going directly at the hoop, and their feet are pointed at the rim. If those things are off, the shot might go left or right. Hannah, when she was missing, it was either short or long. That means her toes are lined to the rim, and she's snapping her follow through right at the rim. Well done, Hannah. 3rd spot on the ladder shooting, we're gonna go to the right wing. Second spot. Last shot. Next spot. Hannah, catch this one and freeze. I'm gonna ask Hannah to catch this one and freeze. Freeze, good. Even now you can see, okay, how lined up her feet are to the basket. As she double steps in every time, You want shoulders and feet lined to the rim. Again, that's another key detail, but that's gonna help keep your shot on line. Spot. Good. Freeze right there. Well done. Again, that's our third spot. We'll move over to the left wing to our fourth spot. Fourth spot of our ladder shooting. Once you complete all 5 spots with 10 makes at each spot, you'll have made 250 shots. Include your 50 warm-up makes, you're at 300 made shots. 300 made shots. This full workout, you'll have made 500 makes by the time you're done. If you have the opportunity to do that every day, imagine what a better shooter you would be. Fourth spot, Hannah. Second spot. Third spot. Again, you'll notice when Hannah misses, it's either short or long. That's a sign of a good shooter. Hannah does a tremendous job of not reacting to misses and just being prepared for her next shot. You're going to miss more shots than you make. You have to be able to respond. Good job, Hannah. Keep it up. Next make, right over that front rim. Next make. Good. Freeze right there. Again, for your fourth spot, you're at 200 makes at this point. If you've kept up with us, we have 1 spot to go. One thing they really shooters, they teach shooters, is to focus on your target. There's an old idea that aim small, miss small. We teach our players to aim right over one of the hooks that connect the net to the rim. Anywhere you go on the court, you'll be able to see one of those hooks that holds the net up. Shoot and aim for right over that spot and let your mechanics do the work. Trust your elbow. You want your elbow to be above your shoulder and you want to snap your release. We tell our players to break their wrist, snap their wrist, and break their wrist to get that good shooter's touch. Last spot. Great job, Hannah. job. We really teach our players to be consistent with their arms, their legs, their follow-through. Stay consistent throughout your shot. If you've stayed with us so far, you've made 300 shots. At this point, we would have our players in their workout take a break and shoot 10 free throws. Good idea to shoot free throws while you're tired. With free throws, we emphasize having a routine and sticking to your routine. You want to get lost in your free throw routine to block out the other noise. Don't worry about the crowd. Don't worry about the score. Don't worry about if you made or missed your last shot. Focus on your routine. Whatever that is, that's your sole focus as you step to the line. You continue to trust your legs, you continue to trust your follow through, and you'll be in great shape. We're about to proceed to shooting off the dribble now. Just like with ladders, pick a spot on the floor that you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable going that deep, don't go as far on your fifth spot in ladders. Shoot to where your range is, especially at a young age. They said that J.J. Redick, one of the greatest shooters in college and NBA history, now plays with the New Orleans Pelicans, maybe I should say the Zion Williams Pelicans, was not allowed to shoot outside the three-point line until he was 13 years old. His dad, his coaches wanted him to work on his form, not worry about the distance of a shot. Worry about your form and your footwork, and the strength will come, especially if you're a young player. Don't worry about having to shoot from far out. Worry about your form, and the strength will come. So as we go to shooting off the dribble, go to an area on the court that you're comfortable with, and then work from there. It doesn't have to be outside the three-point line or anywhere in particular. What Hannah's gonna do now, she's gonna spin herself a pass. She's gonna spin herself a pass, step in, and freeze. Good, again, because Hannah's left-handed, she steps in right-left. Again, if you were right-handed, you would step in left foot first, then right foot. We teach our players to double step in every time they catch it so they're all balanced. That's called the triple threat position. You can now shoot it, pass it, or dribble it from that spot. She's double stepping in so she can shoot it. One of the biggest things you need to have as a player, especially working out on your own, is a great imagination. You don't want to play the drill. Hannah can't assume right now that there's not going to be a defender on her or that the defender's laying off. She needs to be prepared for any situation. She double steps in so she's ready to shoot it if able. In this drill, however, she's not going to shoot it right away. She's going to take one dribble to a pull-up jump shot. So she'll double step in again, freeze. She's going to go left first, her strong hand first. She's going to take a big long step with her left foot, dribble out in front of her, and go to a pull-up jump shot. Obviously, Hannah's doing that slow, so we can demo it right now. We'll get into full speed here in just a minute. Two keys right here. One is for Hannah, all her weight's going to stay on her right foot. That's her pivot foot. She's going to take a big long step with her left foot, and she wants to dribble out in front of her to cover as much room as possible. A lot of players, as they step, do what's called dribble in their pocket. They dribble with the ball right next to them. That's wasted space. Long step and dribble out in front of you so you cover even more space. Get as far with the dribble as humanly possible. So again, Hannah's going to double step in, full speed this time, take a long step, dribble right into a pull-up jump shot. Very good. In your workouts, you would make 30. She's going to alternate between going left to her strong hand and crossing over going right. We're going to have her shoot just 5 going to her left. 5 in a row going to her left hand. Take note of how much ground she covers with the dribble. Dribbles way out in front of her. She gets from what would be close to the three-point line to well inside the free throw line, making this a nice baby jump shot for herself. Is that 4 or 5? 5. Okay, now as she goes right, same idea, same concept. She's going to spin the ball out and double step in, freeze right there. Because her right foot is her pivot foot. She cannot move her right foot. She's going to rip the ball across her body, step with her left foot at a 45-degree angle. Now, Hannah's really good at math, so that's why she went right to a 45-degree. A lot of players want to step sideways. That would be a 90-degree angle. This takes you away from the basket. this doesn't help you. She's gonna rip across and go at a 45-degree angle, still keeping her pivot foot, but now she'll dribble with her right hand to keep the ball away from the defender. She's done this because the defender's cut off her left hand, her strong hand. She now needs to be able to go right. She's gonna make take 5 shots going to her right.
Also, a lot of times when you're going to your weak side, which is my right side, you feel like you're slower. So when I double step in, making it a 45-degree angle also closes off this defender, because when I'm going this way, I know I can beat him because I'm faster. But since I'm slower this way, I can beat him, and he now cannot catch up to me that way.
Five. Good. Hannah makes a great point right there, is we want to play in straight lines. Even if you're going to your strong hand, you don't want to step wide and around. We call that like a banana cut. You're curling around. You want to try to knife straight past the defender. We teach our players to what's called clip the hip. Aim to make contact with the defender's hip. Go right by them. This drill, you don't need anybody with you. A ball and a hoop. You can put a chair out in front of you as a defender. You can spin the ball out to yourself, as Hannah was doing there a couple times. This is a great way to get out and work on your own. Again, you're gonna make 30, alternating between going to your strong hand and your off hand. We'll then move over to the right wing. Same drill, just now moving to the right wing. Hannah's gonna spin the ball out to herself, double step in, and alternate between going to her strong hand and crossing over and going to her weak hand. Once again, we continue to emphasize our footwork, our follow through, okay, and knifing at the rim, not taking wide angles. She wants to go straight to the rim. Good job, Hannah. Now she'll go right. She'll go to her weak hand. Last one. Now the reason we practice all of these is because, once again, you don't know what the game is going to throw at you. Hannah's a good player, so she's preparing herself for all situations. If she's just caught the pass from a teammate and the defender closes out short, you're gonna rise up and what? Shoot. She's ready to shoot because she's double stepped in. If a defender closes out and knows that she's left-handed and immediately takes away her left hand, she's gonna be able to go right. Same situation, defender closes out, doesn't allow her to shoot, but takes away her right hand, she's prepared to go left. Don't play the drill. Make sure you focus on your double step in every time, and you're putting forth the kind of effort and the focus and consistency required to make yourself better. You'll have made 30 here, and now that for 60, we'll move over to the left wing to get 30 more makes, and you'll be at 90. We're moving to the left wing, our final spot here with shooting off the dribble. Same concept, she'll be spinning the ball out to herself, okay? Double step in, long step, push the dribble out in front, be ready to shoot on her strong side, and then she'll alternate to being able to cross over, again, push the dribble out in front of herself, and go from there. Parents, if you're helping out at home, rebounding with your young basketball player, again, really take a look at the footwork. Make sure they're double stepping in every time, keeping all the balance on their pivot foot. For left-handed players, again, that would be their right foot. For a right-handed player, that's going to be their left foot, and you really want to push them to take as long a step as they can and push the dribble out in front of themselves. Again, as we've said before, a lot of players dribble in their pocket right next to themselves. That waste space, push the dribble out in front and take advantage of it. So our last spot, Hannah. Now she'll go to her right. Freeze right there, Hannah. Good. Even as she went to her right hand, her body was beginning to take her away. She still finished with her toes squared to the rim. You want to make sure as you're going this way, you're not having your body and your feet pointed away from the rim and now trying to shoot against your body. Hannah did a phenomenal job of getting her toes and shoulders lined to the rim. 10 to the rim, 10 toes to the rim. Got 3 more, Hannah. You will have made 90 shots at this point. 30 from one wing, 30 from the center, 30 from the other wing. We would go back and we would make another 10 free throws, so that's another 100 makes that you've just completed. Next spot in our shooting workout is our inside pivot series. You don't always catch the ball facing right to the rim. Sometimes you catch the ball on the move. Here, we're going to work on an inside pivot series. As you're facing sideline to sideline, you want to begin to think, what is your inside foot? As I'm facing Hannah right now, my inside foot is my left foot. That is the foot that is closest to the basket, hence why we call it the inside foot. For Hannah, her inside foot is her right foot, closest to the basket. Sometimes you catch a ball from your teammate and you are not facing the rim. You have to be able to square up to the basket. The key here on inside pivots is twofold. One, putting all of your weight on your inside foot. As you catch that ball, all of your weight wants to be on your inside foot. So for me, it would be my left foot. As Hannah takes a big step inside, it would be her right foot. All your weight there so that you're not falling off balance. And then 2, that leads us to balance. You need to stay low so you can square right into a potential shot. Parents at home, a lot of players take what I call a false step. As they pivot in, they'll step too far, have to readjust, and then get themselves ready to shoot. You don't have time for that in a game. You need to be able to pivot right into your shot and go up from there. The way you're able to do that is by staying low and on balanced. Being nice and low, so your balance is key to lift you right into your shot. You would make 25 going each way. 25 with your left, and then 25 with your right. We're just gonna have Hannah shoot 5 from each spot. Notice her inside foot, notice the balance, and how easily she's able to lift right into a shot. All of her weight is on her right foot, and she's able to have a quick release because she pivots right into her jump shot. We'll switch to the left side. She'll do the exact same thing, now pivoting in with her left foot. This is a much tougher side for left-handed players because your body is taking you away from your shooting hand. Once again, Hannah's able to overcome this by having a great balance and by staying low. You don't need a ball or a hoop for this. Work on your footwork. Step in, pivot in, and square up to a rim. Pick a spot on the wall, pick a spot on the garage, pick a tree, and treat that as the basket and just pivot into it, ready to go. We have our players do a lot of work without a ball, just double stepping in down the court to work on their footwork. The last spot or drill in our shooting workout is what we just refer to as favorite spot. A lot of times players want to be able to play to their strengths or play your aces. Do what you're best at. While it's great to be well-rounded and you need to improve on your offhand, you need to be able to make layups on both sides of the court, be able to do what you're good at really well. really well and know what your strengths are so you can get yourself to that spot on the floor. So to finish, we're just going to ask Hannah or any of our players to go to their favorite spot on the floor and just finish with that as a way to emphasize what you do well and now make that even better. Take your strengths and make them stronger. So again, you go to any spot on the floor, a dribble shot, a catch and shoot shot, whatever you're most comfortable with, go to that and finish with 30 makes. Hannah's chosen to go back to the inside pivot, and instead of 30 makes, we're just going to ask her to make 10. But again, in Hannah's high school career, she was a phenomenal shooter from right around the foul line. If you ever had the chance to see her play, you would see her getting herself to her spot on the floor where she was comfortable with, and more times than not, she was successful because she knew what she was good at. One, two, three, four. Again, take note of her base. Her feet are right about shoulder width apart. They're not too close together, and they're not super far apart. This gives her a great base from which to shoot from. Your legs power your shot. Your legs power your shot. Have a strong base and explode up from there. As we finish our shooting workout, just to reiterate some of our keys. 1, focus on your footwork. Focus on your base. Legs power the shot. Your release. Be quick, but don't hurry. Don't dip when you catch the ball. Don't bring it down here and try to push it to the rim. You want to be able to catch and go straight up into your shot. A quick release. And then 3rd is consistency. Be consistent in your shot. Keep your arms, your elbow, your follow through consistent from every spot on the floor. The only thing that changes is your base. Shooters are built from the ground up. Your footwork, your base, your legs make you a great shooter. And finally, remember, great shooters are made, not born. You can make yourself a great shooter. Steph Curry, one of the greatest shooters in the world, radically changed his shot as a teenager, and he then began to perfect it. He wasn't born a great shooter, he worked at it. Great shooters are not born, they're made. You can make yourself a great shooter. Hannah has done these drills with us for several years now, and I think can speak to the effectiveness of some of these drills. Hannah, what are some of your favorite parts of our shooting workout?
I would think probably the ladders, because it really helps you get your feet moving, and it's very game-like, especially when you're moving constantly. And it's a good workout because by the time you get to the 5th spot, not only is it the longest spot, but you're the most fatigued, so it really helps you in those 4th quarter game situations. It helps you push through and make those shots.
Hannah, we've shot a lot together over the last couple years. How has your shooting changed or improved in the last 2 years?
I think mostly my footwork. I know that when I used to step into my shot, I wouldn't step in directly towards the basket. I would step in to the left or to the right, and that would make my shot, as we would say, go left or right, not short or long, which is where you want to miss, short or long. So I think footwork is something that I will always emphasize, and I think that's the most that's changed about my shot.
Thanks for joining us on day 1 with our shooting workout. Come back and join us tomorrow.